What do you think is going through Le'Veon Bell's mind right now, LaDainian Tomlinson?
Yeah, I think Le'Veon understands that, for one, this might be his last year in Pittsburgh. And two, I think he wants to preserve himself for whatever team he goes to next. It's no secret that Pittsburgh is probably going to run him, into the ground this year because this is his last year. And so if you're Le'Veon, you do need to preserve yourself. And if I was him, I would take my self out of the games at times to preserve my carries, because you're not the long-term solution for Pittsburgh any longer.
But what does that mean for the guys that you're suiting up with? Look, I'm always on the side of somebody getting theirs, trying to get theirs, certainly in a sport where your career can end with the next snap of the football. So I place that caveat on this question, though. If he does want to do this, and that is his right to do for his career, his family, his well-being, what does that mean to the rest of the Steelers when he's out there? I mean, what if he, during the game, third quarter, touched the top of his helmet right in the middle of a drive because what? He wants to preserve himself for his next team?
Well, I don't know if he'll do it. I don't know if he'll do it in that way, but there are times where, say, for example, if it's a long drive and typically you might stay in that long drive, you can go out for 2 or 3 plays within that 12-play drive and preserve yourself. It's quite easy to do that.
Did you ever do that?
Not on purpose, but sometimes you do need a little breather. And of course, I had some great guys behind me, so I did it so I can preserve myself in the fourth quarter, because I knew that was when my team really needed me. But it's disappointing what Pittsburgh is doing, to be honest with you, because you draft a player, develop this player to become the best guy in the league at running the football, but you don't want to pay him. What happened to, all this stuff that these organizations sell you on, faith, family, football, and we care about you, but you want to run him into the ground and then use him up and not pay him? Like, that's unfair.
What were the numbers for him last year? Number of touches?
321 carries, 406 touches.
So they kind of ran him in the ground last year anyway. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So what would those numbers look like running it into the ground? 350 carries and
400 touches again. That would qualify as running into the ground.
Does this at all make you rethink the Steelers' Super Bowl viability? The fact that he's not in camp right now, week 1 on the Wednesday before, even if he does show up, say Friday, Saturday, so he can get his game check this week.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes, it does, because he's a special talent. He's a special weapon on that team as part of that offense, and he's a premier player. You win games with players, not coaches. And the thing about it is, that's why it's intriguing to me what Oakland did, because they traded away their best player. And in this sense, in the same way, I mean, you can make the argument that Antonio Brown is possibly their best player, but Le'Veon is, he's top 3. Absolutely.
Right. What if the Steelers just went up and traded Le'Veon Bell, basically saying addition by subtraction, we're not going to think about it anymore. We're going to give him his exit visas. We're going to figure it out. I mean, what do you think?
That's the right thing to do.
So the Steelers locker room would be fine with that?
Well, I think with those guys and hearing them talk over the last couple of days, I think they're fine. They believe in James Conner. James has had a really good preseason, and he's progressed very nicely. Now, is he Le'Veon Bell? Absolutely not. But, he can be a solid version of Le'Veon, because he is a guy that can run between the tackles. He's tough. He can catch the ball out the backfield. And so who knows what he's going to develop into, but I think he's earned the confidence of everybody in that locker room.
Well, with all due respect, what do you know about preseason football?
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Did you ever play a down of preseason football?
I did play.
When was the last down of preseason football? Not for the Jets, did you?
No. Actually, yeah, my first year, I remember Rex Ryan wanted to kind of see what I had, and I played against the Giants. I remember.
Oh, well, he played everyone in the Snoopy Bowl. He played Sanchez in the fourth quarter. We all know what happened there.
Yeah.
So did you tell Rex, look, I don't know what is this preseason football?
Absolutely not. He wanted to see what the old man had, and I was willing to give it to him.
Okay. It's just interesting that it seems that everybody's taking your old, or at least the old approach that the Chargers took with you in the preseason. There's no reason to play.
There's no reason. Like, it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
And, I feel bad for a guy like Geis, the Washington rookie running back who plays in preseason. Now his season is over. And even Jared McKinnon.
Yep.
That's sad to see, and it happens quite often.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.